Welcome to this week's Metagame Minute, your once weekly Chaotic Amateurs follow-up podcast, where we dissect the episode from Monday. Let's go ahead and go reverse horn order. Milo, since you were the last one that had to go through the motions, we'll go ahead and put you first. So tell us about this person that you're bringing on board, and are you excited to have a carpenter to work with and all this? And, how much of a hands-on process did you have with this, or were you just kind of going off of Alex's cues, probably like the rest of us?
Oh, no, I got a note, and I was like, I want it to be like a gnome lady from the Silver Coast, and like she could kind of tie into some of my backstory and
cool.
and where I'm from and stuff. That's about all I really had an idea for. Just kind of put her to work, and if I think of something down the road, have her work on it with me, or when we're gone.
Was part of the decision for a gnome female just so Alex would have to do a voice?
No,
poor guy.
The gnome female was my the guy that I kind of like, I guess you could say, apprenticed under. In the Silver Coast was a gnome, and I was just like, it'd be kind of cool if it was another gnome from the same area.
Cool.
That's really cool. Caleb, score.
Yes. What?
So you hooked up with Roman Black here. Take us through that a little bit. Take us what it means for your character, if anything yet.
Yeah.
I know we're all kind of just like, we got some cool notes from Alex, and we're kind of just running with it, but
yeah, I don't really know what to expect or how to capitalize on it yet. I think once we start getting contracts in action, we'll maybe see how to utilize it a little bit better. But it's kind of neat just to have somebody from the olden days in Scory's life, pre serving on the boats.
Yeah.
The school, the way I envision it, it's more like a boarding school where parents just dump kids that they don't want on, or something of the sort, and you pick up a trade, like take the equivalent of a NASVAB test and find out what you're good at, and then they start training you up and whatever that skill is, and then people come in and take their pick and hire you for their boats. And
so Roman didn't work on the boats. He was like from your school or whatever.
Correct. Yeah. Like probably directly connected to the staff in the boarding school, and therefore also connected to various shipping companies and pirate companies and stuff.
See, I was kind of thinking with a name like Row Man that he was from a boat,
No.
Everyone hates that.
Yeah.
What you just did. We all hated that.
I don't know. I mean, he was making the boat puns the whole time.
No.
Get on board.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of liked it.
I hated it so much. Row man.
But I gotta say, I'm a little excited about the fact that there is some sort of necromancy vibe coming off of him. It makes sense in terms of the whole ancestor thing, but looking forward to exploring that a little bit more.
Yeah, that's really cool. As far as me, I had a lot of fun kind of spitballing that right off the horn with Alex. He came back just like I'm sure the rest of you with some really good suggestions and stuff, and I was kind of thinking it would be much easier for my sorry, the kid was like yelling right through the door. I thought it'd be easy to just kind of go with one of the top ones right away, but I kind of thought it'd be a fun little challenge to come up with something for the Dragon Council, since I knew the least about them and things like that. So it felt like we were playing Urban Shadows a little bit when me and Alex were going, kind of just spitballing and building it off each other. So I had a lot of fun with that, so that's Arthur. Let's go to Riff. Rifts, I think, was like the most interesting one to me. Just like the whole shadow thing, and with the tree and the book and all that. Like I thought that was really, really interesting. It really reminded me of like a Ghibli movie for some reason. Like I don't know why.
Gimli, like from Lord of the Rings.
A Ghibli, like a Studio Ghibli movie.
Yeah,
Are we talking about anime?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like the dark spirit kind of a vibe.
It really reminded me, for whatever reason, it made me think of the Big Mouth guy from like Spirited Away or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know why,
yeah.
But like, yeah.
That's cool. I completely forgot about it, and so while Dash was doing his, I read the email, and then immediately just sort of formed the idea of the blur thing, just because I think that's interesting. I was thinking partially. I think down the road, I'm going to start to lean towards the illusionary thing, because I never really got to explore it all that much with Lanston, and I sort of thinking of this, shadow monk type thing is like a fun way to sort of explore that. But also a road that I want to traverse down for sure is a little bit more necromantic, and I think Riff eventually wants to become a vampire. And like go full shadows
And like just like remain forever young.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe in a couple years, so I'm not all Kirsten Dunst and shit, but like
I was about to say,
That's
it'd be
exactly
Kirsten
what I was
Dunst from
thinking
Interview
about.
with a Vampire.
fucking bald Kirsten Dunst. But no, like just like, once I feel as though like I've gotten to a good like place, maybe in like my mid-20s or something like that, where I'm, I've learned, I think, as much as I possibly could about, the field of the illusionary and shadow magic and that sort of stuff that I'm, monk wise, I've sort of maxed out my monk level, if you will. I think I would try to start building, towards that level 20 sort of necrotic, illusionary, necromantic sort of wizarding type of thing. So I just become this weird, because all I talk about is being one with the shadows, and like what's more shadowy and fucking awesome than a fucking vampire. So like,
True.
And then, it also, it allows you to continue your studying and that sort of, I just like, even though Riff can fight and kick ass and do stuff, like, I think the knowledge thing, and I really enjoyed, he gave me two options. One will be for the school thing that it was like option one, like a sort of school that I want to like look more into. But then the second one was like creating my own spell, like what he did with Milo and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And like that blur sort of shadow thing, I'm thinking of the cartoon, like where they, in Simpsons, where they spoof Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
Like with the shadow moving on the wall and like that. It's like, I want to be able to, like, that sort of stuff sort of intrigues me. But yeah, I made it all up while Dash was doing his thing. Cause like Dash started going, I was like, oh fuck, I should probably read that email, huh? And, cool. So it was all made up, and like Alex, I thought it was a really great way of like, introducing the tree spirit thing and like allowing me to do my second Chucks, and then he sort of like my weird spirit pal that's like always in my ears, like, hey man, what you like, always just looking over my shoulder, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's had kind of following me around, and great pivot on the elf thing, just because I know you had like a certain thing, but I thought that was a really cool pivot that you did for me. I appreciate it. And cool. and Alex, my character is like you said, it's like a warlock, basically.
Yeah, that's what it's described. Like all the different retainers
mechanics
you can get from that
whatever.
Tend towards like, some are kind of like druids, some are kind of like different classes, but that one is kind of like a warlock. So it has Eldritch Blast, Detect Thoughts, and Black Tentacles that it can do.
Which is interesting because it's like, I mean, you don't have to tell me now. We can find out later, I guess, as our bond grows. But it's like, I wonder, almost kind of like Dash in our other game, he's got like this echo that he can deploy. I wonder if I can like, as like a bonus action, my warlock does Eldritch Blast on an opponent type of thing.
So yeah, your and Wolf's NPCs that you got will be able to be used as in battles. You can awesome. Take them with you.
That's super dope.
And like I was saying with Wolf is the rules for it are simplified, and you can make it super simple where they're only ever doing attacks when you're doing attacks. So it's assumed that they hit when you hit.
Oh, that's super cool.
And instead of tracking damage for them, they roll like a Constitution saving throw equal to the damage. I'll make sure and get the rules for it. But I've run it by myself, and it's nice and easy to use.
Cool.
And shout out to Matt Colville who put this thing together, because it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's but that's it for me. I want to learn, I want to do stuff, and I'm excited to sort of like, work within the illusionary, but also like, make it part of the character, like more shadowy and that sort of stuff. And the vampire thing, obviously, depending on how long we keep playing this, but I think I should meet a vampire soon or something, maybe.
Yeah. I must have picked the wrong one from Alex, because some of the notes in mine talk about how they have connections potentially to vampires and demons, or like the stories connect that way. Though, so.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I had something similar to that too.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Saving the worst for last, Dashel. Just kidding. I thought your Crag character was really interesting. It really kind of made me, perch up my eyebrows, like, oh, a fellow Genasi, eh? Although Earth Genasies are complete dicks, so there will be that we have to reconcile. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, he's my friend. He's not yours, so you don't have to concern yourself with who I consort with.
I don't know why, but the way that you kind of described him and then his name like really made me think of Thor Ragnarok. That guy.
Oh yeah.
His character. I don't know
I tried to start a revolution and it didn't work, and I'm gonna start a second one.
Didn't print enough pamphlets.
But
yeah, I thought that was a really interesting interaction, and I wasn't sure like where it was all going to go when you were like trying to cross the ethereal band to go to the cathedral and things like that. But I think meeting the Beast Lord out there was.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if I had to go try and find that place to find the companion, and I think that's when Alex was like, oh no, you're gonna. He's like here. He's right there. Look. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. I just wasn't really sure of like what needed to be done in that regards, but I mean, it worked out. It wasn't like a huge problem, but yeah, I like how Thrakis is slowly but surely accruing essentially a small battalion again. And he tried to run from military life, and now he's sort of taking it up again.
I like how he is sort of like this adventuring party's Ren in a way, but instead of like just getting followers, like religious followers, he's getting soldiers. Like
right, yeah. In a way, it's like an armed, militarized cult.
Because you got 3 or 4 guys now?
So I've got
and 3 soldiers.
I've got the Beast Lord and I've got 3 soldiers. Okay. And also I am kind of, I have this training pit and I provide training to everyone. So I'm kind of like, in a way, everyone's go-to for martial combat. Yeah, like the general in a way. But yeah, it's just funny how he tried to get away from being in the military, and now he's just in the military again, like his own private army, though. Like a can't teach an old dog new tricks kind of thing.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, no, I like it, and I like this Crag character.
It reminds me of a roll-up of like Ren and Duroc into like one character.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's also got the vibe of like when kids are growing up and they say, I'm never going to treat my kids like they treat me.
And then they end up just doing the,
and you're like, I wouldn't run an army like this. And
I would never. And now I'm
going to start my own army.
And you yell at them just the same way your drill sergeant did.
Yeah, it's like running away from a cult and then being like, I'm going to start my own thing, and we won't be a cult. And it's like, I think it's a cult, man.
This is just a cult with blackjack and hookers.
It's just a cult with new branding.
It's better, but
it's
I love it. Alex, before we sign off, is there anything that you wanted to add or shed some light on or tease?
Give us a tease.
I know that's really open-ended. But...
Yeah, right.
Tease me.
I have.
What do you anticipate?
Leather-bound books.
What do you anticipate us doing next episode?
I'm hoping to get on the road to the wastes. I'm excited to start exploring that area, to have you guys head to the outpost, the 9-towered outpost of Usama. You guys will head to basically the what was the war front of the war, where they were headquartered, and it's this natural formation of these massive stone towers that they have fortified in between and have created this like shambled city out of.
Oh, that's dope.
That's cool.
That's really
Well,
cool.
we got some sweet, luxurious transport to get us there for next time.
And you've painted one of those, right? Like you've got like one of the towers or something that you've like you watercolored.
I've got the Tower of Chaos.
That's dope.
I've done that a couple of times. Yeah,
Cool.
and I may we'll
should send it
see
to Caleb
we'll see if
so
I
he
do
can
it.
put it out
I may do
online.
the outpost as well.
That'll be
Dope.
sweet.
When we
Well, hopefully it
when
doesn't
we
bring
go
back-
those places or whatever, like if you have them painted, send them to Caleb so we can put them out online so people can check it out. And then also, I think we've got like a gallery on the website or something that probably
True,
could
yeah.
hold this shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I
hopefully
thought it
being
was
on the
really
front
cool
lines
hearing
doesn't-
everybody's story, by the way. Like, I was just super interested. I thought it was neat. Like, we kind of went around and, because I know last time we played, we discussed about, like, sometimes if, we feel like we're rushing or whatever. So I thought it was really cool that each person got, like, 10 minutes to build their story out a little bit more and also further the, the adventure and that sort of thing. I think it's really cool to hear everyone's stuff.
I'm going to be really excited to see like everybody's like. It's fun for me that we all have all these kind of extra NPCs to like interact with in the future.
Yeah, initiatives just doubled, boys.
But hopefully being on the front doesn't bring back any bad memories for Wolf. But I guess we'll have to find out when we get there. So, until next time, y'all. This has been your Metagame Minute. We'll see you on Monday.
Bye.